What if I told you that the fruit sitting in your kitchen bowl right now could stop your heart? Not a rotten one, not a fake one, a completely normal-looking fruit that you would happily slice up for breakfast. Some of the deadliest poisons on the planet are hiding inside fruits that look soft, sweet, and totally harmless. A few of them you've probably already eaten. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at fruit the same way again. Welcome back to The Curious Anatomy, where today we're breaking down the fruits that look innocent, but can absolutely end you. Let's start in Jamaica, where ackee isn't just a fruit, it's basically a national symbol, served up in kitchens across the island every single day. But there's a catch most tourists never hear about. If you eat ackee before it's fully ripe, it's loaded with a substance that wrecks your body's ability to manage blood sugar. The result is a condition doctors actually call Jamaican vomiting sickness. And it's exactly as bad as it sounds, bringing on brutal vomiting, seizures, and, in the worst cases, death. The only way ackee becomes safe is once it ripens fully and the pod splits open naturally on its own. And even then, you're not done. The black seeds and the pink flesh lining the inside still have to be removed, because those parts stay toxic no matter how ripe the fruit gets. Next up is a tree that's earned the nickname the most dangerous tree on Earth. Its fruit looks almost exactly like a tiny green apple. You'll find it growing along beaches in Florida, across the Caribbean, and throughout parts of Central America. The moment you bite into this thing, toxic compounds start blistering and burning your mouth and throat almost instantly. It gets worse. Just standing underneath this tree during a rainstorm can leave your skin irritated because the rain picks up toxins as it drips through the leaves. Spanish explorers were so unsettled by it that they named it Manzanilla de la Muerte, the little apple of death. Wild animals instinctively avoid it. Humans, unfortunately, haven't always been so lucky. Elderberry has been a staple in European and North American kitchens and home remedies for centuries. Once the berries are fully ripe and cooked, they're perfectly fine to eat. But raw is a totally different story. Raw elderberries, plus the plant's leaves, bark, and roots, all contain compounds that your body converts into a small dose of cyanide when digested. Eat them raw and you're looking at nausea and vomiting at minimum, and something far more serious if you eat enough. Cooking breaks those toxic compounds down completely, which is exactly why elderberry syrup and jam have remained kitchen staples for generations without ever causing harm. Quick pause. If you're the kind of person who loves learning weird, surprising facts about the world around you, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps The Curious Anatomy keep making videos exactly like this one. Okay, back to the danger zone. These seeds are some of the most lethal things found anywhere in nature. And the cruel irony is that they're absolutely beautiful, a striking combination of bright red and jet black. That's exactly why people have used them in jewelry and prayer beads for generations. Inside each seed is a poison called abrin, which works by completely shutting down your cell's ability to function. Swallow a seed whole, and you're usually safe, because the hard outer shell keeps your stomach from breaking it down. But the moment that shell cracks, even a tiny bit of microscopic amount of what's inside can be enough to kill you. There are documented cases of people who spent years stringing these seeds into beads by hand, only to die after accidentally pricking a finger with a needle that had broken through the shell. The almonds you grab off a grocery shelf are the sweet variety, specifically cultivated over generations to be completely safe. Bitter almonds are an entirely different story. They contain a compound your body transforms into hydrogen cyanide once digested. It doesn't take many raw bitter almonds to poison an adult, and even fewer to seriously endanger a child. For a long stretch of history, people simply didn't understand the difference between the two types. Today, most countries have outright banned the sale of raw bitter almonds. The almond extract used in baking now comes either from a different source entirely, or from bitter almonds that have been specially processed to remove the dangerous compounds. From the outside, the strychnine tree's fruit looks like nothing more than a flat, oversized orange, completely unassuming. Crack it open, though, and the seeds inside contain strychnine, one of the most infamous poisons in human history. It triggers violent, uncontrollable muscle spasms throughout the body, Without emergency medical treatment, it eventually shuts down a person's ability to breathe. Native to South and Southeast Asia, the seeds have been used both as rat poison and, strangely enough, in tiny controlled doses in traditional medicine. The sandbox tree doesn't sit around waiting for animals to spread its seeds. It takes matters into its own hands. Once the seed pod dries out, it violently explodes, launching seeds at speeds of over 150 miles per hour and sending them as far as 60 feet in every direction. The blast is loud enough to genuinely startle anyone standing nearby. As if that weren't enough, both the seeds and the milky white sap are toxic. Even the bark is covered in sharp defensive spines. It's commonly nicknamed the Dynamite tree, and honestly, once you know what it can do, that nickname makes perfect sense. Sea mango grows along coastlines throughout the Indian Ocean and Pacific regions. It carries one of the darkest histories on this list. The seed contains compounds that disrupt the electrical signals, keeping your heart beating normally. That can trigger sudden cardiac arrest. For centuries on Madagascar, a paste made from these seeds was used as a brutal trial by ordeal. Survive it, and you were declared innocent. Modern scientists are now studying its compounds as a possible foundation for carefully controlled heart medications. The Purging Nut, also known as Jatropha, is widespread across tropical regions of Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Its seeds look deceptively similar to ordinary beans, but they contain a poison called Ricin, along with other toxic compounds. Even a small handful can trigger severe vomiting, diarrhea, and enough internal damage to require hospital treatment. Despite earlier hopes that the plant could become a major biofuel source, accidental poisonings are still reported today, especially among curious children. Castor oil appears everywhere, in skincare products, industrial machinery, even certain medications. But once the oil is pressed out, what's left inside the seed contains ricin, one of the deadliest natural toxins ever discovered. A single seed, if thoroughly chewed and swallowed, can contain enough ricin to kill a child. It works by invading cells and permanently shutting down the processes that keep them alive. There is no known antidote. Ricin became infamous after being used in real assassination attempts and discovered inside threatening letters mailed to political figures. The same plant responsible for a common household product is also tied to one of the world's most feared poisons. The white Baneberry plant produces clusters of small white berries with a single black dot in the center. They look eerily like tiny porcelain doll eyes. That's exactly where the plant gets its nickname. Birds can eat these berries without any problem. Humans can't. The berries act directly on the heart, triggering dangerously irregular heartbeats. Children have been poisoned after mistaking them for harmless wild berries. What makes them especially dangerous is that they remain on the plant well into autumn, long after most other wild fruits have disappeared. Finally, star fruit. It's sold in grocery stores around the world and safely enjoyed by millions of people every day. For most healthy people, it's completely harmless. But for anyone with kidney disease or reduced kidney function, even a single serving can become life-threatening. The fruit contains a toxin that healthy kidneys remove with ease. When the kidneys can't filter it properly, that toxin builds up inside the body. The result can be confusion, uncontrollable hiccups, seizures, and in severe cases, death. Documented cases in Brazil and other countries have recorded deaths among dialysis patients who were never warned about the risk. What makes star fruit especially unsettling is that the exact same piece of fruit can be perfectly safe for one person, and deadly for the person sitting right beside them. And there you have it. 14 fruits that prove looks can be seriously deceiving. Nature doesn't always announce when something's dangerous. That's exactly why it pays to know what's really going on beneath the surface. If this video blew your mind even a little, smash that like button, subscribe to The Curious Anatomy for more deep dives into the strange and surprising side of science, and leave a comment letting us know which fruit shocked you the most. Until next time, stay curious.